Hi everyone, this is Kelly from the Glen Ellen Library, and today we are going to be making some friendship necklaces using the materials in the kits that you picked up from the library. So some of the examples of the necklaces that you can make are something like this, or even something like this. Again, this is just some examples. Definitely use your own creativity to make some of these necklaces, not only for yourself, but for one of your friends. So let's take a look at the materials and we'll get started. So some of the materials that were included in your kit was polymer clay. There should have been a sculpting tool, a toothpick, and a necklace chain. Some other things that you might want to grab from around home are some stamps, which I have a butterfly here, a rainbow. These work pretty well in creating imprints into the clay. If you don't have that, you can use pretty much anything like to make shapes. If you have mini cookie cutters, I even used the cap of a gallon milk jug, and you can just use this to create a circle or anything else. Maybe a barrette or the imprint of an earring works just as well. So let's get started. All right, so first you're going to take the clay and you're just going to mold it into your hands until it's nice and pliable. It might take a few minutes to warm up, but once you can kind of stretch it, I have a little tool here. Maybe you have a little rolling pin at home, but I'm just going to roll it out and flatten it just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a square. I'm going to make this a little larger, and I'm going to take the stamp just for the shape. Actually, let's do this one right here. And I'm press it down. And then I'm going to use my little sculpting tool, and I'm just going to kind of trace around the stamp to make my shape. And I'm just going to peel this away. Carefully take off the stamp, and there is my square. So with this one, I'm going to make a friendship necklace. So with the square, I'm going to draw a little heart with my toothpick, or if you'd rather use the sculpting tool, you can use that as well. And if you make a mistake, you can just take your hand and you can just kind of move over the lines. I sketch lightly, so that way if I do make a mistake, it's easier to erase it. And I'm just going to sketch it lightly, and then I'll take my sculpting tool and I will just kind of go over it and trace over the heart. And then I'm going to carefully create the heart, and then I'll be able to peel it off. So now I'm going to take out the heart just like that. Now I have two pieces, one for my friend and one for myself. The next step is I would take either the sculpting tool or the toothpick, and you're going to poke a hole through each one so that way you can thread the necklace chain through each one. I'm going to put mine on the side here. And I'll put one over here. And just make sure that the hole is large enough to fit the chain through the hole. Now another thing you can do is you can use your sculpting tool or else your toothpick, and you can sketch words in there if you'd like BFF or Friends Forever. You can write your name or your friend's name on there. You would just lightly sketch it with the toothpick or the sculpting tool, and the harder you press, the easier it is to read. So either with a grown-up's help, or else if you're really careful, go ahead and you're going to preheat your oven to 275 degrees. And once it's preheated, it'll beep. And then you're going to line a baking sheet with foil or parchment paper. And you're going to lay your pieces on there. And you are going to pretty much bake this, depending on the thickness, for 15 to 30 minutes. I would check it about 15 minutes to see if it's starting to harden. If it's still a little soft, I would go ahead and add another 15 minutes. And then once it's completely cooled, you'll be able to thread the necklace chain in there. Again, this is very, very important. Before you put it in the oven, make sure that the necklace chain will go through the hole, because once it's baked, you won't, and it's too small, it won't go through, and then you'll have to start over again. So please make sure you do that. So here are some of the designs I created. I have a little squid. Here's the heart that we made. And then this is just a star pattern. And this was what was in the middle. This was one of my favorites. This is donuts. So your friend can have one half of the donut and you can have the other with little sprinkles. And I'm sure you can find ideas online. I've seen avocados. I've seen little Starbucks coffee cups. It's really up to you and your imagination. So again, this is such a quick, easy, fun activity, and I hope you enjoyed it. And stay tuned for some more programs this spring at the library.